सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। Finish the 426 shloka. In 427 shloka, who is this Jivan Mukta is being defined. So the Vyakhyana ended by saying, by quoting Mundaka mantra as Tasmad Atmajnam Hyarchayet Bhutikamaha. Bhutikama, whoever wants some vibhuti, something to happen, some changes in life, whatever desires are there, how can they be met? Either one strives towards that and thinks that I am going to get it, or one strives towards an alaukika upaya. Instead of laukika effort, scientifically what you need to do to get some result, either you do that or you follow alaukika upaya, meaning some Vaidika upaya, Shastra upaya, and thereby the Shastra says you approach a Guru and ask for blessings. So worship the Guru. Bhutikamahi archayet. Atmajnam, one who has Atmajnana, he has become one with Ishvara. So you tap the grace and thereby through those blessings you get the results. Now who is this Atmajna? It has to be a Jivan Mukta. Now who is this Jivan Mukta? That is being defined in the 427 shloka. Jivan Mukta lakshane jnate sadakaihi mumukshubhihi तथा स्थातुं प्रयतितुं शक्यते इति मुमुक्षु जनानुग्रहार्थं तल्लक्षणं वक्तुं प्रक्रमते स्थितप्रज्ञ इति. Obviously the goal of Viveka Chudamani is not for one to identify a Jivan Mukta so that one can pray for some laukika benefits, one can worship him to get some benefits. One can worship the Jivan Mukta to get the Chitta Shuddhi and Jnana. This is the reason the sadhaka has to use that process. Just give me a moment, please. So sadhaka needs to get this jnana from the Guru, and also for Chitta Shuddhi and for Jnana Sthirata, for all that he can pray. But Jivan Mukta Lakshana should be known. Who is this Jivan Mukta? Jnate Jivan Mukta Lakshane Jnate Sati. Once one knows what is the definition of Jivan Mukti and thereby Jivan Mukta, sadakaihi mumukshubhihi, by sadhakas who are mumukshus, moksha ichchus, not vibhuti ichchus or bhutikamaha. So in contrast to bhutikama there in 426 shloka, 427 shloka introduces the Jivan Mukta to the mumukshuhu, because once he knows this tatha statum, one can remain who this mumukshu who has not only has had jidnyasa, but he has got that jnana, and for jnana sthirata, where is that going to culminate? With the questions as to how, when is this vairagya bodha and uparati, vairagya bodha uparatayaha, when will they become sthira, when will they have culmination? That was the inquiry earlier. Now this Jivan Mukti, that is the culmination of everything, that is moksha. And when is that going to be attained? What is the lakshana, characteristic of that Jivan Mukta, or that has to be known, so that one can become that. Whatever is natural to the Jivan Mukta, once you know that, then you also try through prayatna, you attain that. Tatha statum prayatitum, to remain there, that kind of a Jivan Mukta, to become one that kind of a Jivan Mukta, one can have effort, make efforts. Prayatitum shakyate iti mumukshu jananugrahartham tallakshanam vaktum prakramate. And for that purpose, for what purpose? Mumukshu jana anugrahartham, for the purpose of blessing the mumukshu janas. Tallakshanam, tallakshanam is Jivan Mukta lakshanam, vaktum prakramate. Here on Jivan Mukta is being talked about, his characteristics or his definition is given. Sthita prajno yatirayam yasmadanandamashnute brahmanyeva vileenatma nirvikaro vinishkriyah. So the shloka says, Sthita prajnaha yatihi ayam, ayam yatihi sthita prajnaha. Sthita prajna, Jivan Mukta lakshana is what? Sthita prajna lakshana. In the second chapter of Gita, which itself is named as it is named as Karma Yoga though, but not Karma Yoga actually, that is Jnana Yoga. Karma Yoga is third chapter, although Karma Yoga is also covered in the second chapter itself, to contrast it with Jnana. There Sthita Prajna Lakshana is talked about in second chapter. What is Sthita Prajna? Sthita Prajna, people think that out of 18 chapters it is in the second chapter, therefore it is all basic, you know. We need not be Sthita Prajna, we want to become Jivan Mukta. That is a misunderstanding. Whenever anything is being taught, that time the result is taught. Otherwise, who would, in Anubandha Chatushtaya itself, the result is taught. Not only that, initially it is elaborated a bit as well. Not in so much of detail, but briefly it is talked about. If that brief teaching itself results in moksha, in the case of Gita, then the teaching is over, need not be taught further. However, Arjuna had questions, and then the teaching continued and the elaboration continued. Here also you see, second shloka is Sutra Bhuta shloka. If the second shloka is understood completely through the Vyakhyana, you don't need Viveka Chudamani study. But elaboration is needed because we don't get it all. Even the best of the sadhakas like Shvetaketu had to be taught 9 times. Asakrata Upadeshaha. So the teaching has to be multiple times. One round, another round, more details, another round in further detail, in another way, in another prakriya. All this is needed. Whatever the teaching is, till the Shishya understands, becomes a Jivan Mukta. So that is Sthita Prajna is also that. In second chapter, Sthita Prajna is Jivan Mukta. Then what is the Sthita Prajna Lakshana? Elaboration goes on. Then how to attain that? Various ways, through Karma Yoga. Am I Sthita Prajna? No. If you are, then for Loka Sangraha you do Karma. This is how the teaching begins in Gita. Here also this, in the end, who is this Jivan Mukta? Is Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajno Yatirayam. This Yati, Ayam Yatihi, this sannyasi is what? He is Sthita Prajnaha. Who is that? This is the definition of Jivan Mukta here. Yasmad Anandam Ashnute. Why is he Sthita Prajnaha? Sthita Prajna means his Prajna is Sthita. It does not move. It is not flickery. He has got Nishtha, complete Nishtha he has. Is completely firm. It is Dhrida. Ayam Yatihi, and Yasmad Anandam Ashnute. And he attains what? Anandam Ashnute. He attains Ananda. Earlier also I have said that Jivan Mukta has Ananda. The Jnani Matra does not have Ananda continuously. He has Ananda, but not complete Ananda. Because Taittiriya Upanishad starts by saying, Brahmavid apnoti param. Then so on and so forth, it goes on, and then so ashnute sarvan kaman saha. So kaman saha sarva ashnute. What is that? Ananda sarva. Because once he attains everything, what else will be there? Kaman. So anandam ashnute. That is the Jivan Mukta. If Anand, and the Jivan Mukti Viveka also is talking about what that Jivan Mukti is. In the second, third and fourth chapter, it talks about how to attain Ananda. If the Prarabdha is troubling the Jnani, then he has to withdraw and practice Vasanaksha and Manonasha, because that is not complete in good measure. Definitely not complete. It is not in good measure. Therefore, the Jnani is getting disturbed by the Prarabdha. For such people, there is a prescription that you have to take sannyasa. If you have not already taken, you have to withdraw from the society and then practice Vasanaksha and Manonasha. Thereby Anandam Ashnute Sthita Prajna. And we have seen yesterday, only after that kind of a sthirata comes in Nishtha, one can test out in the society as to whether that remains. Brahmani eva vilinatma, atma antakranam vilinaha yasya. Kutra? Brahmani eva. Brahmani eva yasya atma antakranam vilinaha vilinam. Antakranam is vilinam in Brahma. It is resolved in Brahma. Brahma is atma. And nirvikaraha vinishkriyaha. Saha ayam yatihi anandam ashnute. Saha sthita prajnaha san anandam ashnute. This is the Anvaya. Nirvikara, Vinishkriya, we have seen Nirvikara, Vikara is not there, this person, and Vinishkriyaha. Kriya is also not there. You cannot have Kriya and not have Vikriya or Vikara. If Kriya is there, then Vikara will be there. A person associates, we have seen that Kriya is possible only with Sankalpa or with that Kama. Otherwise, Kriya is not possible. Jnani is Kritakritya. Why does he need any Kriya? And of course, we'll see other meaning also as to people say that there is Kriya, even teaching is a Kriya. All these kinds discussions are there in the Sampradaya. But we have to understand that Jnani does not need any of this. Brahmani eva vilinatma vilinaha atma antakranam yasya ataheva nirvikaraha. That becomes the hetu. Since his antakrana is resolved in Brahmatma, therefore he is nirvikara. There is no change. For change some other entity, this antakrana should be there. Antakrana undergoes some modification. It can undergo modification only when it has a separate presence. It has been resolved. It is resolved for this Jivan Muktaha. Harsha Vishadadyanantara Vikara Shunyaha. Harsha Vishadadi Antara Vikara Shunyaha. There is no Vikara. There is no Vikara. Antara Vikara is not there, such as what? This Harsha Vishada. These are the Vikaras. These not being there, there is Harsha Vishada is Harsha Shoka. There is elation and Dukkha. Sukha Dukkha, these kind of vrittis are not there. Therefore, he is Nirvikara. Vinishkriya means Bahyadi Cheshta Shunyaha. Bahyadi Cheshta Shunyaha. He has no external Kriya. Cheshta is Kriya again. Bahyadi Cheshta Shunyaha. Kriya Swashrema Vikurvati Naiva Atmanan Labhate iti Samanvaya Sutra Bhashyat Nirvikaratve Hetuhu Vinishkriya iti va. So, he quotes a Brahma Sutra. Bhagavan Vyakhyanakara quotes a Brahma Sutra and says that there is a Brahma Sutra which says that Kriya Swashrayama Vikurvati Naiva Atmanan Labhate. He says that the Kriya, what happens with this Kriya? This Kriya is possible only by change, because Kriya means change. Action means some change. And whatever changes that affects its adhikarana. Because karta also, when you say karta, he is a karta, then the karta has in the locus there is a change, in the adhikarana there is change. That change is vikaraha. So nirvikaratvam is not possible if there is a kriya. So Brahma Sutra says naiva atman labate, and that kind of a change, if it is there, then it does not, there is no possibility of attainment of atma. Atma is changeless. You cannot have vikara as well as say I am nirvikari atma. Nirvikaraha atma I cannot say. Or what? Nirvikaratva hetu, that is the hetu for nirvikaratva. Samanvaya sutra bhashyat. So vinishkriyaha is the hetu for nirvikaraha, that is a possibility. निर्विकारत हेतु विनिष्क्रिय इति वा यह सदानंदम अश्नुते अयम यतिः स्थितप्रज्ञः इति. This is the yatihi who attains sthitaprajñatvam. He becomes sthitaprajña by also attaining ananda. Not also, sadananda, sada, always attaining sada anandam ashnute. Not once in a while everyone has, not in a large measure also, that also samadhista has. Once one comes out of samadhi also there should be ananda. Ayam yatihi sthita prajna iti sutrasthaniya ayam shloka. This is a sutrasthaniya shloka. On this also there will be elaboration, commentary to elaborate each part of the shloka. The other shlokas are begun. Tatra sthita prajyatvam vyakurute brahmeti. 428 shloka says tatra is introduced by saying tatra sthita prajyatvam vyakurute brahmeti. Sthita prajyatvam is elaborated in the 428 shloka. Brahmatmano shoditayor eka bhavavagahini nirvikalpa च चिन्मात्रा वृत्तिः प्रज्ञेति कथ्यते सा सर्वदा भवेद्यस्य सजीवन्मुक्त इष्यते. Who is this जीवन्मुक्ता? स्थितप्रज्ञा यतिः अयं यस्मादानन्दमश्नुते ब्रह्मणि एव विलीनात्मा निर्विकारा विनिष्क्रिया and ब्रह्मात्मनोः शोधितयोः एकभावावगाहिनी निर्विकल्पा च चिन्मात्रा वृत्तिः प्रज्ञा इति कथ्यते. Now this vritti is strilinga, therefore eka bhava avagahini nirvikalpa chinmatra vrittihi is prajna. In sthita prajna, if you talk about sthita prajna yasya sah sthita prajna, prajna is strilinga. Who has this sthita prajna? What is this prajna? Prajna is sthita for whom? Prajna is sthira for whom he is called as sthita prajna. And that is the definition Jivan Mukta also, who rejoices, who attains Ananda, Swarupa Ananda, obviously. Manifested. It manifests. Now, what is this prajna? For it to become sthita, you have to know what this prajna is. That is mentioned here as, it is this prajna is nothing but vrittihi. This prajna is vrittihi. You cannot have prajna which is Chit Swarupa because you are Chit Swarupa. You cannot have your Swarupa, you cannot have it because you are that. So prajna, what is this prajna? It is sthita. So prajna is vritti. So sthita vrittihi yasya. What is this vritti? It is chinmatra vritti. Vritti is akhandakara, chinmatra. It is just the consciousness, vritti of the consciousness. How is the vritti of the consciousness possible? By taking away other vrittis. It works by neti neti prakriya alone. So brahmatmanoho shoditayoho, those brahma and atma, tat and tvam-pada, those are inquired into, they are purified. How are they purified? They are purified by taking away the mixture with something else. What is that mixture? Cognitively there is erroneous cognition. Ayathartha jnana is there. Ayathartha jnana has to go away. We think that Brahma, that Ishvara is Satchidananda plus this Upadhi. He also has a body mind sense complex. He has this Shakti of creation. Maya Shakti is there. He is the one who has Sarvajñatvam, he is Sarvajña, Sarvashaktiman, all these ideas are there. They are right till you land on Vedanta inquiry. After that, it has to be dropped, the upadhis have to be dropped, and on the other side, Tvam Padartha, I am, with this Alpajnaha, Alpashaktiman, I have this limited Sharira, limited capabilities, all these ideas have to go, because Satchidananda Tattva is common between the two, and between the two meaning it is just one Tattva tied up with universal or the individual. Vyashti or Samashti Upadhi is there, those Upadhis have to go away, that is the Shodhitayoho Ekabhava Avagahini. And this Vritti is that which, after negation of Upadhis on both sides, lands onto this Chinmatra, Chit alone it lands on as Satchidananda Tattva, thereby there is Ekabhava, there is only Ekabhava, thereby Nirvikalpa, and this Ekabhava, Vritti is Nirvikalpa. See, we should not confuse ourselves with Nirvikalpaka Jnana and Nirvikalpaka Samadhi. In Nirvikalpaka Samadhi, we said that there is no Vritti, Vritti Shunya, because it is Yoga, Samadhi is Yoga, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. But Nirvikalpaka Jnana is what? After you come out from the Samadhi, or even if you do not have Samadhi, and the Vasana has already gone during the Shravana Manana stage itself, because you have practiced so much of Dharma in earlier life and this life to get the Sadhana Chatushte Sampatti in complete measure. If Sadhana Chatushte Sampatti itself is complete, then Vasana Kshaya may not be needed, but Sadhana Chatushte Sampatti is not complete for most of us. It is barely there, in fact. Somehow Jnana takes place due to Purva Punya. Chitta Shuddhi takes place and we get some space for the Jnana to occur. Or it may be Jnana Bhasa, because if Jnana is there and one is continuing in some samsara in the same way, then it is not Jnana. One finds oneself as lacking, then it is not Jnana. Sorry. So, Nirvikalpa, this Vritti is Nirvikalpa. So, this Vritti is on Mahavakya and it resolves into Chit, it remains there. That Chidakara, Brahmakara Vritti is continuous, and that which is not segmented or replaced by any other Vritti, that is Nirvikalpa Vritti. This is a Jivan Mukta who does not need to be in Samadhi. In Samadhi, that Vritti will also resolve. He does not care whether or not the Vritti resolves, because he already has Ananda. Sa Sarvada Bhavedyasya, that Vritti Sarvada, Sada Sarvada Bhavedyasya, always it is there, for whom that person is Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta Ishyate, he is called as Jivan Mukta. Sthita Satatam Vartamana Prajna Yasya Saha Sthita Prajna iti Vigraha. So Bahuri Samasa, who is the Sthita Prajna? One who always has this Prajna. What is that Prajna? Tatra Prajna Shabdartamaha. What is this Prajna? That word is explained by saying Shodhitayoho Mahavakyartha Kathanavasare Darshita Disha Tattvam Padalakshanayoho Upadi Vinirmuktayoho Brahmatmanoho Paramatma Pratyagatmanoho. Shodhitayoho, there are two words. Shodhitayoho, which are these two words? Mahavakyartha Kathanavasare. During the teaching of Mahavakya, Tattvamasi Ityadi, there in Tattvamasi if you take, then Darshita Disha Tattvam, Tat and Tvam, Tattvam Padalakshanayoho. The way it has been taught, in that manner, Tat and Tvam Pada. So whenever Tat comes, Tattvam, I somehow end up saying Tattva. So Tat and Tvam, Tattvam Padalakshanayoho Upadi Vinirmuktayoho. Those which are the Lakshartha of tat and tvam padartha. Tat means Ishvara as Vachyartha. What is the Lakshartha? Lakshartha is Satchidananda Brahma. What about tvam padartha? Tvam padartha is Jiva, the limited entity, Samashti, Vyashti. This tvam pada Vachyartha is Vyashti, Jiva, but Lakshartha is what? It is also Satchidananda Brahma. Thereby Upadhi Vinirmuktayoho, and when the Upadhi Vinirmukta, they become free from Upadhis on both sides, then what remains is one. So from two, although it is dual, you land on one, thereby Chinmatra. Brahmatmanoho Paramatma Pratyagatmanoho. Brahma and Atma. Brahma is Ishvara, Atma is the individual, Jiva. Paramatma Pratyagatmanoho. Paramatma, Brahma is Paramatma and Atma is Pratyagatma, the innermost self. Eka bhavavagahini. Eka bhavavagahini vritti. What is that Eka bhavavagahini vritti? Aikya Vishayini, which has its subject matter. The vritti has its subject matter as Aikya. Subject matter or not Vishaya. We'll say Vishaya, not subject matter. That Vishaya, where what is it landing on through objectification of the Mahavakya in analysis, it lands on Aikya. Thereby, Eka Bhavavagahini vritti, it becomes one. Suddenly from two, it has become one. Because the duality on both sides are contradictory to each other, they are mithya, they are dropped off. What remains is Sat Tattva, which is one, which is Ekachit. Thereby Nirvikalpa and Sansargadi Mithya Padartha Avishayani. Sansargadi Mithya Padartha Vishayini means Sansargadi Mithya Padartha Avishayini. It is Ekabhavaga means Aikya Vishayini, but it is not Mithya Vishayini. It is Mithya Avishayini. Sansargadi, all this, the Sansara, creation and all that, all those are Mithya. Mithya Padartha, the creator and created. All these are through Upadhi, they are projected. And thereby Avisheni, this vritti drops off the mithya components in Tat and Tvam. Thereby Chinmatra, what remains is Chit alone. Chinmatra, Akhanda Chidakara Vrittihi. So Akhandakara Vritti is what? Brahmakara Vritti. It is Akhanda Chidakara Vritti. Chinmatra is Akhanda Chidakara Vritti. Chit has no real akara. To say that it has no other akara, only Chit, it lands on Chit. That vritti Shravana Mana Nididhyasana Sanskritam Manah Parinamaha Prajna iti Kathyate. So what is this Akhandakara Vritti or Akhanda Chid Vritti, Akhanda Chidakara Vritti? It is that Parinamaha of the Antakarana. It is also Parinama of the Antakarana. That Parinama of the Antakarana, Manah Parinamaha, which is Sanskrita. That Manah Parinamaha, which occurs only in that Sanskrita. Mana is Sanskrita. Parinama is not Sanskrita. Manaha is Sanskrita Manah Parinamaha. It is not Parinama of any other Manaha. It is the Parinama of a Sanskrita which is Samyakrita. It is completely purified. How? Through Shravana Manana Nididhyasana. Earlier it was Sanskrita. How? It was purified by Karma Yoga. Then after the Karma Yoga, Shravana is possible and one understands, one has Shravana Siddhi. One understands what the Shastra is trying to say. Then in Manana stage, doubts go away as to what the Shastra is saying. I understand clearly now, it is talking about me, not someone else. I am that Brahma. Then in Nididhyasana, one can have Nishtha, one does Viparita Bhavana, Nisheda, drops of Viparita Bhavana. Whatever I thought myself to be, that tendency is coming back, all that has to be dropped off. Thereby Nishtha is Prapta. Thereby Sanskrita Manaha. This mind which has Nishtha now in Brahma does not go elsewhere. That kind of Mana Parinamaha is this Prajna. is this vritti which is called as prajna. Prajna iti kathyate. Ishyate means kathyate. This is talked about as prajna. And that prajna is sthita or sthira, for whom that person is called as Jivan Mukta or Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna meaning Jivan Mukta. Sthita Shabdartham aha. What is Sthita? Sa sarvada bhavet yasya iti sa Jivan Mukta ishyate. Atasmin tadbuddhireva bandhatvat. Sarvada akhandakara vritto satyam bandha prasakter abhavat. What is the sthita? Sthita word in prajna you have explained. Sthita prajna yasya. One who has this prajna which is sthita. Prajna understand. What is the sthita? That is explained. Sthita shabdartha sa sarvada bhaved yasya iti. Sthita means sarvada bhaved yasya. Always that prajna occurs. Always it is that prajna. There is nothing else. Sada. That is sthita. What is the meaning of firm? Sthita is firm. What is that firmness? How firmly should one be established in Atma? This akhandakara vritti, how long should it occur? It should occur forever. Sada. Of course, unless that is resolved and one goes into samadhi. So outside of samadhi it should be continuous. Some may say that in samadhi also it is there. Technically we don't want to split hairs. The only reason I say that in samadhi the vritti is not there is because we don't want to contrast completely and divorce yoga. This is a misunderstanding. People drop off yoga and they don't get vasanakshaya and manonasha and think that jnana is there. Jnana does not become sthira. They always have to do mithyatva nishchaya. They always have to try to be in samsara and try to deal with it. It's not possible. So yoga is prescribed in orthodoxy. I prefer that. Vritti Shunya Yoga is not contradictory because I have not seen anywhere. We need not do that. There is no necessity of dropping of the definition of yoga while using it. Otherwise we should define it, and we don't define the word yoga in Vyakhyanas, in Tikas, in Bhashyas. We see yoga is used without defining in the context of the same Yoga Shastra. Thereby we agree with the definition of yoga as vritti shunya, and we have seen in this very work in the Moola, in Vyakhyana definitely we have seen, in Moola also we have seen vritti shunya. Thereby it will be contradictory to say that there is vritti. So we say that vritti is when one is outside of samadhi. So that is nirvikalpaka jnana, and nirvikalpaka samadhi is where there is no vritti. Thereby it is all, the samanvaya has been done. Sorry. So sa sarvada bhaved yasya sa jivan mukta. That is the jivan mukta. Ishyate is called as jivan mukta. Why sada? How is it sada possible? How is this nityatvam possible in this vritti? Atasmin tadbuddhireva bandhatva. Actually it should be atasmin tadbuddhehe, I think, because with bandhatvat that shashti will go better. Atasmin tadbuddher eva bandhatvat, because atasmin tadbuddhi itself causes bandha. That itself is bandha karana. Atasmin tadbuddhi means what? Thinking of thatness in non-thatness, where there is no thatness. And that we have seen earlier, that tat in atasmin, tat, tasmin is tad, tatpada, not tatpada as in this Ishvara, tatpada as in that pronoun tat. Pronoun tat is declined in saptami as tasmin. Tasmin, atasmin tadbuddhi, that tat is also another pronoun. So tasmin is in that, and tadbuddhi is that buddhi. So you think of something in that where there is no that something isn't there. So ghatatve, this atasmin, aghate ghata buddhi is atasmin tad buddhi. Apate pata buddhi is this buddhi. But we don't use those examples. What are the examples we use? We use the example of Rajju Sarpa or Shukti Rajata. So Shuktika Rajata. So in non non-rajata, non-silver, there is silver buddhi. And what is that non-silver? That is a shell. In the non-silver shell, there is silver buddhi. That is atasmin tad buddhi. Or in non-sarpa, there is sarpa buddhi. What is non-sarpa? Rajju, the rope. So non-rajju, in non-sarpa, meaning in rajju, non-sarpa rajju, there is sarpa buddhi. That is atasmin tad buddhi. Ko nama adhyaseti in Sutra Bhashya, Upodghata, the Adhyasa Bhashya, Bhagavan Bhashyakara raises this question. Ko nama adhyaso iti. What is this adhyasa? He gives various options which are considered by others. Finally, he gives a definition. Adhyasa is atasmin tadbuddhir ityavochama. We say atasmin tadbuddhir ityavochama. We say atasmin tadbuddhi is adhyasa. Avidya karya is this adhyasa. Sometimes adhyasa itself is interpreted as ajnana, avidya. That atasmin tadbuddhirev bandhatvat. That alone is bandha. There is no other bandha. You think of yourself as what you are not. In contrast, you think of what you are not as yourself. So you think of Sharira as Atma and Atma as Sharira. Mithuni Krutya. Yushmad Asmat Pratyay Gocharayor. That Yushmad Asmat Pratyas are mixed up. Idam and Aham are mixed up. Drigdrishya Viveka is not there. It goes all the way. What is there in the Sutra is there in Prakarana Grantha. Drigdrishya Viveka. Everywhere it is the same. In Tattvabodha also you will find that. Same thing is studied at various depths. If you get one also, you hold on to that, it is sufficient unless there are doubts. Those have to be resolved. So here, atasmin tadbuddher eva bandhatvat. That alone is bandha. If you don't have that, there is no bandha. If you know yourself as yourself, your sarupa, bandha is not possible. Sarvada akhandakara vritto satyam bandha prasakter abhava. This bandha is not possible because sarvada akhandakara vritti, when it happens, satyam, sati saptami, when akhandakara vritti happens, akhanda chidakara vritti happens, that is prajna, this should be sarvada. When it happens continuously, sarvada, bandha, this bandha is not possible. Because atasmin tadbuddhi is not possible. You have akhandakara vritti or chidakara vritti, which is yathartha vritti. It is not ayathartha vritti. So it is tasmin tadbuddhi, not atasmin tadbuddhi. You know yourself as yourself, thereby bandha is not possible. This is 428th commentary. 429 shloka in continuation says, yasya sthita bhavet prajna yasya nando nirantaraha prapancho vismrta prayah sa jivan mukta ishyate. Who is this jivan mukta? He is that person who is what? Who is vismrta prapanchaha vismrta prayah. Or yasya, let's start from the first half itself. Yasya sthita bhavet prajna means sthita prajna, because sthita prajna has gone by in 427 shloka. Perhaps someone may not even get the samasa there. In 428, Jivan Mukta has been mentioned. Now, if you do a single anvaya of 427 and another of 428, then you may not get, one may not know that the Sthita Prajna is Jivan Mukta. Therefore, it is made clear here in 429. Yasya Sthita Bhavet Prajna. That is Sthita Prajna Vigraha Vakya. For that person for whom prajna is sthita sthira, and prajna is what? Akhandakara vritti, chidakara vritti, or akhanda chid vritti, akhanda chidakara vritti. Yasya anandaha nirantara. Mind you, not only that, ananda is nirantara. Ananda is continuous. Prapancha vismrita prayaha. Prapancha is what? Prapancha is like swapna, which is swapna you don't remember. There are some dreams which are very vivid, they come back, they haunt us, or they trap us. But then in waking, you don't get carried away. If you have viveka, you say all this is mithya and then you forget about it. Oh, you have another dream, you forget about it. You live your life, you forget about it. So you don't recall the dream again and again because it is nothing but a dream. Someone may wish you sweet dreams, but you don't care. You don't have no control even. You go to sleep for relaxation, not to dream. So dream is going to tire you off. That's why a person is happy. Oh, I didn't dream at all. You may have dreamt, but you don't recall. Everybody dreams, they don't recall the dreams. But the idea to go to sleep is to relax, not to go for some new experience in dream or same experience continuing in dream. You are tired, your sense organs will be tired if you dream. Sense organs are tired here, but there your mind will be tired. It will generate new sense organs, new prapancha, new karmendriyas also, and wear you off. The mind will be tired if you cannot sleep without dream. But when you wake up, you forget about the dream. However it was, what you recall is the ananda of that deep sleep you recall. You recall the dream also if it was good. If you recall the dream, if it is bad, also nightmare, and then you say, oh, I don't want any of that. What you want is that sushupti ananda, which is your swarupa ananda really. The way you forget the dream, similarly this Jivan Mukta is who? He forgets like a dream, he forgets this prapancha itself. Jagrat prapancha sapnavat mithya, and he forgets that. Does not have to make any effort. Completely goes away on its own. You don't make an effort to forget a dream. You live your life, the dream goes away. The memory of the dream also goes away. Something like that I dreamt, we say. I don't remember the exact details, something like that. Then that also fades away. Someone tells you, do you remember your dream? Someone else remembers for you, and then you say, no, I have forgotten about it. I don't know what you're talking about. Memory is short for the dream. Similarly here, this Vismrita Praya Prapancha memory is short for the Jivan Mukta. The more he has Vasanakshaya, the more he stays in Atma. The prapancha memory itself drops away. Therefore, you don't talk about Purvashrama of this yati, sannyasi. He has forgotten that like a dream. It is earlier janma for him. He's dropped off. His goal is Atma Loka, not to this Jagrad Lokaha. It is like just another Jagrad Loka in another janma. Or it is like Swapna Loka, which is like Jagrad Loka during dream. Don't remember that. It is useless for him. For a jnani it is useless. Therefore, prapancha vismrita prayaha, this person who has forgotten this prapancha, sa jivan mukta ishyate. There is a little difficulty with the anvaya here because that vismrita praya and prapancha is a little tricky with saha jivan mukta. So yasya has to be added perhaps. Otherwise prapancha vismrita prayaha, or there will be ekadesha anvaya. Prapancha, there looks like an ekadesha anvaya. It should have been a samasa prapancha vismrita prayaha. Prapancha is separated out. So anyway, we'll see what the Tikakara says. Sutra shlokasthasya. What is that Sutra shloka? The definition we started off by 427 shloka. Sutra shlokasthasya yas sadanandam ashnute brahmani eva vilinatma ityasya vivrittihi. This 429 shloka is elaborating that brahmani eva vilinatma iti asya. That the third quarter of the 427 shloka is elaborated here. Atra sarvam tasya swarupam. Here all of that vilinatma, brahmaniya vilinatma it is swarupa. His own swarupa is Brahma. Antakarana is resolved in that swarupa in himself. Ataha visheshananam vyavartakatva shankana karya. One should not think that this is an adjective and therefore it is segmenting. When is a visheshana or an adjective used? It is used, mostly what you see is that you see a big flower, a small flower, a red flower, a blue flower. The segmentation between flowers, the division between flowers is possible by the flowers being more than one. Due to flowers being more than one, that Visheshana is possible to separate them out. That is the Visheshana, particularizing the general. Flower is a general term. Now you particularize by which flower? A big flower, a small flower, red, green, blue, whatever. So these kind of Visheshanas are added. Atha Visheshanan Vyavartakatva Shanka, that Vyavartat, that separate it out or divide it, that kind of a doubt should not be raised here. Why? Because Swarupa, it is a Swarupa. Swarupa is described by words. So Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, there this discussion takes place as to this Visheshana. What kind of Visheshana is it? It is not Vyavartakatva Visheshana. That Visheshana does not have Vyavartakatvam. It is not separating. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma is saying Satyam Brahma, Jnanam Brahma, Anantam Brahma, and they are not adjectives to separate, they are Lakshana, they are Swarupa Lakshana, they are definition. So adjective there is added not to separate out but to define it. And that definition is, if you think it is particularizing, it is not particularizing because there is no other Brahma. There is no other Abrahma also. So what it is doing is that whatever is Satya is Brahma. This is the definition. Whatever is Jnana is Brahma. Whatever is Ananta, Ananda is Brahma. Thereby what? Thereby whatever is not Satya is not Brahma. And such a thing does not exist. You always have Sat, Ghata Sat, Ghatasan, Patasan, Ghata is there, Pata is there. That is there, that existence, Ghata exists, the existence exists. For Ghata exists, that is borrowed from Brahma. Therefore, when you say Ghata Asti, Ghata is Sat, meaning Ghata is not there, only Sat Brahma is there. Nama Rupa Ghata is Mithya. Thereby Satya, that Satyam, Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Satyam removes the Shanka of Asat. And so on, so it is a Lakshana. Jnana word takes away Jadatvam, and Ananta takes away Antatvam, takes away limitedness. Thereby they also work in the way of Neti. What remains is this Shuddha Satchidananda Brahma or Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, which is existent. You cannot say it is non-existent, which is not Jada, which is conscious, and which is not limited. It is limitless. Thereby everything is included, everything is a mere appearance of this same Brahma, where there is no other Brahma possible, there is no other Abrahma also possible, and within this Brahma also no Bheda is possible. Therefore Swagata, Vigata, and all the Bhedas are negated. Atha Visheshana Vyavartakatva Shanka na Karya. This doubt should not be raised at it is creating divisions. Yadva Yasya Sita Bhavet Prajna Sa Jivan Muktaha. What has been said there? Yasya Sita Bhavet Prajna. For whom the Prajna is Sita Stira Sa Jivan Mukta. That is the Jivan Mukta. Evam Yasya Anandha Nirantaraha. One who does not have Yasya Anandha Nirantara, does not have any break in Ananda, who has continuous Ananda, Sa Jivan Mukta, that is Jivan Mukta, Yasya Prapancha Vismrita Prayaha. So Yasya, that Yasya in the first word, as I said, Yasya has to be supplied, it need not be supplied because Yasya in the first pada, the first word is reused by Bhagavan Vyakhyanakara here. Whether you reuse or you supply, you have used it second time. So Yasya Prapanchaha Vismrita Prayaha. That Prapancha is Vismrita Prayaha, for whom? Again Ekadeshanvaya only, but Vismrita Prayaha, for whom Saha Jivan Muktaha. That person is Jivan Mukta, for whom Prapancha is forgotten. Iti Yojana. This is how the arrangement of the words is for Anvaya. Upadekshyanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha iti smritya shishya bodhanartham shishya drishtena vyutthana dashayam तद उपयोगी प्रमाण वाक्यादि रूप प्रपंचः स्मर्यते नान्यत् किंचिदिति विस्मृत प्राय इति प्रायः पदम्. Now the question is raised as to how can you say that prapancha is forgotten? This guru is teaching. You see Sampradaya Acharyas doing, for Loka Sangraha they do all this. Then how can you say prapancha is forgotten? There he says, the quotation is Tattvadarshi Jivan Muktaha Sthita Prajna. Also in 4th chapter of Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says, Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha Tattvadarshinaha jnaninaha te tava jnana upadekshanti. They teach, they would teach you. Why? Loka Sangraha, there the prapancha, that kind of prapancha they retain. They have to have this division created between Shishya and Guru only to teach. Otherwise in Advaita the division is not possible. It is Mithya division. For Mithya teaching, for Mithya moksha from Mithya bandha of the Shishya. Other than that, prapancha is forgotten. Okay, for teaching, why do you need it to be, the prapancha to be recalled? They recall. See, what is forgotten has to be recalled. Vismrata praya does not mean prapancha nasha has happened. Person, the teacher is teaching, meaning what? He has to recall. See, in the Taittiriya Upanishad, Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti, there is a mantra, Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti. So Shishya goes to Acharya and says, this Acharya is Vismrata Praya, Prapancha Vismrata Prayaha. He has forgotten the Prapancha. But the Shishya goes and taps that grace. He says, please teach me. This is how generally we translate. Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti. He Bhagavaha, Sambodhana, He Bhagavaha, O Bhagavan, please teach me. This is how we translate. But really what is it? Adhihi. He Bhagavaha, Brahma iti adhihi. You teach me what is Brahma. But it is adhihi is not really adhi purva in dhatu. That is not teach really. What is it? There Bhagwan Bhashyakara glosses over. He says that Mamartham smara. I am paraphrasing, may not be exact words, but the meaning is this: you recall, for my sake you recall. I know you have forgotten the prapancha, but please recall, tap into that memory of yours and recall for my sake. You don't need it. For my sake you recall the teaching the way you have been taught in the sampradaya, recall the methodology, use that, and please, reach me towards that goal, reach me to that goal, teach me. This is why we say teach me. In short, really it is recall, for my sake you recall, the teaching you recall. So upadekshanti te jnanam iti smritya shishya bodhanartham, to teach the shishya, shishyadrishtena vitthana dashayam, shishyadrishtena vitthana dashayam tad upayogi pramana vakyadi rupa prapancha smaryate. The prapancha is recalled by the guru for the shishya uddhara, and what is that? Smaryate, it is recalled for tad upayogi pramana vakya, for the teaching whatever is necessary, that is recalled by the guru. Nanyat kinchiditi vismrata praya iti praya padam. Not anything else is recalled, only that is recalled for the benefit of the shishya. So shishyadrishtena vitthana dashayam. So this is a little tricky to say, but then you see, one who has samadhi comes out of the samadhi and then he teaches. Thereby Shishya wants him to come out of the samadhi. Shishya wants the guru to be with him, because his selfish interest is there. I want to reach the goal, same goal. So you recall for my sake. This is the teaching here. This is the meaning of that Vismrita Praya. Prapancha Vismrita Praya means the one who recalls nothing of the prapancha except for the teaching for the shishya. He forgets everything else. Shushuptehe bhedamaha leenadhiriti. What is the difference from Shushupti then? Because Ananda, comparison with Ananda, Ananda is there in Shushupti also. This Ananda, that the Jivan Mukta Ananda. Jivan Mukta's Ananda, what is it? लीलधीरपि जागर्ति योजाग्रद्धर्मवर्जितः बोधो निर्वासनो यस्य सजीवन्मुक्तयिष्यते. लीनधीरपि जागर्ति. One in Jagrata also his dhi is leena. Not only in Shushupti his buddhi is leena. In Jagrata Avastha also his buddhi is leena. Dhi is leena. And therefore yaha leena dhihi api jagrati api yaha leena dhihi Jagrat dharma varjita. And leenadhi, because he does not have Jagrat dharma, he does not follow any of these waking rules or waking. Is he waking? Then why is he not doing all the kriyas? This is the definition. This is how we consider that a person is waking, because you say get up from the bed, do something, exercise, warm yourself up and prepare yourself for the day. This is what we think is waking. But really, what happens in waking for a jnani? He is resolved. He does not need to do any kriya. So Jagrat dharma varjitaha, that leenadhihi, Jagrat dharma, or he is bereft of this Jagrat dharma. Bodha nirvasanaha, all his jnana is without any vasanas. There is jnana. There is no prapancha jnana or prapancha kama is not there, because vasanas are not there. Yasya saha jivan muktaha. Bodha yasya. So nirvasanaha bodha yasya, that bodha which is free from vasana, for this entity, this person, he is jivan muktaha. Sushuptau manasa ajnane layaha. Sushuptau manasa ajnane laya. Ajnane layaha sushuptau. In sushupti there is ajnana, and in that ajnana there is the resolution of the mind. So ajnana is still there. Idanim brahmani chinmatre. Now this laya, mind is resolved not in that ajnana but in Brahma. Chinmatra, in that chinmatra Brahma, chidmatra Brahma, tataha tamah prasaktir abhavat, eva abhavat. Tata tamah prasaktir eva, tama itself is not there because ajnana is tamarupa ajnana. That tama is not there because ajnana is gone. Thereby, leena dhi api jagrati. Therefore, in waking also his dhi is leena. Nashta vidya nidra ityartha. His avidya nidra is nashta. Avidya is also nidra. The sushupti is what? It is, sushupti is that where abodha is there. And in Sapna and Jagrat Avastha, what is there? Anyatha bodha is there. These are Karika words. Bhagavan Gaudapadacharya says that there is abodha rupa shushupti and Anyatha bodha rupa shushupti. I am paraphrasing again. In waking and in deep, just like in deep sleep there is no bodha and it is called as nidra. This is also the Swapna and Jagrat Avastha is also really, for a person who does not know Tattva, for him it is Nidra. Why? Because it is Anyata Bodha Rupa Nidra. In Swapna you have Anyata Bodha, and in Jagrat also you have Anyata Bodha. You don't know yourself as yourself. However, this Jnani knows oneself as what he is. He knows his Swarupa. Therefore, Avidya Nidra is destroyed. Anyata Bodha is destroyed. Abodha is destroyed. Thereby, he is always awake to the reality. Anavruta atma sambandha sakala padarthatvat swavyatirekena sarvam upalabhate iti va. Swa avyatirekena sarvam upalabhate. Other possibility of interpretation is that anavruta atma sambandha sakala padarthatvat. Since all of these padarthas, prapancha that he is seeing, I'll just take few more minutes. So they are anavruta, they are not veiled anymore by nama rupa, avidya, avidya karya. They are swarupa alone. He himself is appearing as the prapancha. Therefore, swa avyatirekena sarvam upalabhate. Not swa vyatirekena sarvam upalabhate like an ajnani, but swa avyatirekena sarvam upalabhate iti va. He sees the prapancha as completely non-different from his, not as the way an ajnani sees this as a dvaita prapancha, separate from himself. Indriyaihi arthopalabdhi jagratam iti. So jagrita is what? The upalabdhi through indriyas. Tamashlokaha laghu yoga vasishte anyata drishyate. The indriyas and all are not there for the jnani the way they are for the others. He does not see bheda through indriyas. He sees abheda only. Whatever is cognized is abheda from oneself. Tamashloko laghu yoga vasishte anyatha drishyate. In laghu yoga vasishta, it is seen in another way. Jiva mukti viveke panchame artha darshana sarge drishyamana vasishta shloke eva udahriyate taditham. And it is seen differently in Jivan Mukti Viveka. Bhagavan Vidyaranyacharya's work, it is seen differently. When the words are seen differently. So here he says, Panchame Artha Darshana Sarge Drishyamana Vasishta Shloke Eva Udahriyate Taditham. In both places it is seen. In Laghu Yoga Vasishta, which is quoted a lot by Jivan Mukti Vivekakara also, it is quoted in Jivan Mukti Viveka as well. A little differently. Yo jagrati shushuptisto yasya jagranna vidyate yasya nirvasano bodha sajivan mukta uchyate. Who is this Jivan Mukta as per Laghu Yoga Vasishta or Jivan Mukta? Yaha jagrati shushuptistaha. Who is sleeping in waking. Gita Acharya also says that. Who are these Rishi Munis? They sleep when the entire world is awake, and the entire world is asleep when they are sleeping. What does that mean really? It is not that a Muni does his sadhana at night. That is a literal meaning. And he sleeps during the day. That is a literal meaning. It is not true. He is awake to that tattva to which the world is asleep, and he is sleeping as though it is not existent. Vismrita prayaha, prapancha vismrita praya, because he is sleeping to that reality which is not real, to which the world considers as real. He is asleep to that. It is not a fact. It appears factual and the world indulges. However, he is asleep to that, whereas he is woken up to that reality. Other way around, the world is asleep to his reality, because that is the only reality, whereas they are awake to the unreal. So yaha jagarti sushuptistaha, who remains asleep in that ananda, in waking as well. Yasya jagranna vidyate, for him jagrat is not a separate state at all. Yasya nirvasana bodha, and bodha is without any vasana, that jnana is sthira, sa jivan mukta uchyate iti. Lakshanam suyojam, that lakshana definition is very well said elsewhere. Jagre api na purovat stula dehadhyavimana ityaha yo jagrat dharma varjita. And in jagrat dharma varjita, what is jagrat dharma? You use stula deha as yourself. The abhimana is in stula deha abhimani, jagrat avasthayam. That is the Vishwa. In the waker is one who has abhimana, identification with the stula sharira, the gross body. But stula dharma varjitaha is this Jivan Mukta. He does not associate with this body as his own, as in he does not say that I am the body, I am this sharira. Ragadvesha viyuktaistu vishyan indriyaicharan atmavashyir vidheyatma sa shanti madhikachyati. In Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter, Bhagavan Krishna says Ragadvesha viyuktaihi tu vishyan indriyaicharan atmavashyir vidheyatma sa shanti madhikachyati. One who goes around this living the life the way everyone else lives, outward, from the outward perspective, but really he is free from ragadvesha, and all these vishayas, indriyas are interacting, guna guneshu vartante, but he has control over the antakarana, atmavashyehi indriyaihi. These indriyas are going around, but they are under the say of the jnani, they are not under the say of the vishayas. Thereby this atmavashye vidheyatma, his antakarana also, mind also has is under the control of buddhi. Indriyas are under control, mind is under control, and sa shantim adhigachyati, he attains shanti. इति स्मृतिरीत्या अध्यासकाले एव शान्त्यर्थम एव प्रयत्नस्य कृतत्वात्. Since for shanti the prayatna has been done during study itself, shravana. यस्य बोध पदार्थानां बोध अपि निर्वासनः शक्तिरहित इत्यर्थः. आसक्तिरहित, शक्तिरहित, that bodha is without any vasana, means there is no asakti for anything else, there is no kama possible. यदृच्छोपनतेषु अक्षिदिग् द्रव्येषु यथा पुनः नीरागमेव पतति तद्वद् भोग्येषु धीरधीः. So there is a yeah, it's only 2-3 lines more. So here he says, he quotes another some Purana. He quotes some Purana and says that yadrichhopanateshu akshidig dravyeshu yatha punaha. One who this all is akshidig, akshi is the eye, but then it is upalakshana for other indriyas. Dig dravyeshu, all the directions, and dravya also is mentioned there. All of these vishayas. यथा पुनः नीरागम एव पतति तद्वद् भोग्येषु धीरधीः. He is one who does not fall into the traps of indriyas and other vishayas the way he fell into the trap earlier. This is that dhiraha, dhiradhihi. He has dhiradhi. He has that dhi, which is dhira, that he is courageous basically. He has got courage. He has got that courageous mind because he can swim against the tide. He can go against the tide of these indriyas. Indriyas are like a flood, and one who is continuously bombarded by vishayas, but being Jivan Mukta, he does not care for them. Thereby, he remains as a Jivan Mukta. There is no this ichha that comes back again. Iti vasishtoktehe heyopadeyo buddhirahita iti bhava. He does not have he or upadeya buddhi. He does not say that I need to do this, I need to pick it up, I don't need to do this, I need to drop it off. Yadva leena dhirapi jagarti. Or in jagrata also his dhi is leena, buddhi is leena. The literal meaning as per the samasa means chakshuradi indriyanam swaswa golakeshu avasthanena. By these the indriyas remaining in their golakas even in jagrata avastha uparatyabhava jagrati. There is uparatyabhava jagrati. In jagrati also he has this uparati. There seems to be a typo there. It should be uparatyabhava. I'll cross check this, but then the meaning is this, that in jagrita also he has swaswa golakeshu avasthanam indriyanam. Thereby there is no engagement really. Indriya sattve api manasa brahmani leenatvat. Even if indriyas are there, the mind is resolved in brahmatma. Na indriye arthanupalabhate yataha tata. He does not use the indriyas for indriya arthas, therefore jagrat dharma varjita. Therefore jagrat dharma varjita, in jagrat avastha you use the indriyas towards the outer goal. There is a goal for indriya artha, that is not there. Manasa therefore jagrat dharma varjita. Kadachid upalabdho api. Sometimes if there is engagement as well, then what happens? Dridhatama viveka prakarshat. There is already so much of viveka which is inborn. It has become his second nature. Even when he comes out of that, his first nature of being leena. Antakarana is leena. If it manifests also, buddhi manifests, and then there is a vishaya. Even if he cognizes that, this dridhatama viveka is so firm. It is at the firmest point of viveka. he is at that point raga dveshadi shunyatvam, there is no raga or desha, therefore nirvasana bodhatvam, there is knowledge which is without any which is not obstructed by any vasanas, tena nirvikaratvam sutra shlokastam vivrutam. Through this, that nirvikara shabda in 327 shloka has been elaborated. सर्व वेदांत सिद्धांत गोचरंतम गोचरम गोविंदम परमानंदम सद्गुरुम प्रणतोस्म्यहम्.